Welcome to Slow English Story, where history comes to life one sip at a time. Have you ever wondered why a single cup of masala chai holds the power to bring an entire family together? For generations, this drink has been more than just tea. It is a sacred symphony of spices, brewing in the very heart of every Indian home. But do you know the truth? Beyond the comforting aroma lies a history of rebellion, secret trade routes, and a struggle for identity that many have long forgotten. In today's episode, we journey deep into the past to uncover the hidden origins and the spiritual significance of the most beloved drink on the planet. It is time to rediscover the stories that define our culture and the legacy that flows in every drop. Long before the bustling tea stands that define modern India, masala chai began as a strictly medicinal potion. Thousands of years ago, in the ancient lands of the subcontinent, Ayurveda was the guide. It was not a drink for leisure. It was a potent elixir. Ginger, cardamom, tulsi, and cinnamon were not just ingredients, they were powerful remedies to boost immunity and soothe the soul. You see, back then, there was no black tea in the mix. It was pure herbal infusion, a gift from the earth intended to balance the body. But then, everything changed with the arrival of the British. The 19th century brought a massive shift as the British East India Company began cultivating tea plantations across Assam. They wanted to promote tea drinking among the locals, so they took the traditional herbal base and added a bold twist: black tea leaves. It was an experiment that quickly became an obsession. Suddenly, the medicinal brew transformed into a social beverage. It became the fuel for hard-working laborers, a moment of rest in the middle of long, grueling shifts. And that is when the legend of the Chaiwallah was born. From small makeshift stalls, these tea masters perfected the art of boiling tea with milk, sugar, and the classic spice mix. It became a ritual, a daily rhythm that started before sunrise. And just like that, a medicine became the lifeblood of a nation. But the story does not end there. As the years passed, this simple cup bridged the gap between castes, classes, and communities. It became the great equalizer of Indian society. Whether in a palace or a train station, everyone stopped for chai. This is the hidden history of how a humble cup conquered the world. Let us dive deeper into the alchemy of spices. Now, let us step inside the kitchen of an Indian home. The air is thick, heavy with the intoxicating scent of freshly crushed spices. This is not just a recipe. It is pure alchemy. First comes the ginger, the spicy foundation, giving the tea its sharp, vibrant kick. Then we add the black peppercorns, creating a gentle heat that warms you from the inside out. Do not forget the cardamom pods, crushed just enough to release that sweet, floral perfume. Cloves for intensity, and a pinch of cinnamon, the comforting embrace that ties it all together. You watch as the water transforms, turning into a deep, rich amber hue. Then the milk is poured. The transformation is nothing short of magic. As the tea and milk dance together, the color shifts to a warm, velvety brown, a color that feels like home. The tea master, the Chaiwallah, lifts the pot high, creating a beautiful foaming froth. It is a rhythmic ritual, a dance of tradition passed down through generations. Every region has its own signature blend, every family its own secret ratio. Some like it strong, some like it sweet, but all agree on one thing. It is the heart of the morning, the spark of the afternoon, and the comfort of the night. You hold the cup, you feel the warmth against your palms, and you breathe in the spice. At that moment, the world slows down. This is the spirit of India. But history is not always a sweet tale. As the British influence deepened, the social dynamics of India began to change. The tea plantations were not just agricultural sites, they were symbols of a powerful empire. For the local population, the act of drinking tea became a subtle form of resistance. They took the British tea, an imported commodity, and infused it with the soul of their own land. They added spices that had been in their homes for thousands of years. They added buffalo milk, rich, creamy, and undeniably Indian. This was no longer just a British drink. It was Masala Chai, reclaimed. Even during the darkest times of struggle, when people were divided by class and status, chai was the one thing that brought them together. It was served in clay cups, koolids, earthy, simple, and meant to be broken after a single use. There was a beauty in that destruction, a reminder that everything is temporary. It did not matter if you were a wealthy merchant or a weary traveler. At the chai stall, everyone was equal. You see, chai was not just a drink to be consumed. It was a space to be shared. It was a sanctuary, a place where the rigid rules of society would melt away in the steam of the pot. The tea stall became the parliament of the common man. Debates were held, friendships were forged, and rumors were traded all over a steaming cup of spice and warmth. It is fascinating how a simple habit can define a national identity. This is the hidden strength of a drink that conquered a nation's heart. Now, let us explore how this legacy continues today. Today, Masala Chai has traveled far beyond the shores of India. From the cozy cafes of London to the bustling streets of New York, the world has fallen in love. It is no longer just a local tradition. It has become a global phenomenon. People everywhere are seeking that same sense of comfort, that same warmth, that same connection. But do you ever stop to think what makes it so special? Is it the perfect balance of ginger and cloves? Or is it the way it invites us to pause, to breathe, and to simply be? In a world that never seems to stop, chai has become our anchor. Look around any modern city, from the frantic pulse of Mumbai to the rain-soaked streets of Seattle. You will find the same scene unfolding. People tired from the screens, exhausted by the pace, reaching for that same cup. It is the universal pause button. It is the moment we step off the treadmill and reconnect with ourselves. But today, the ritual has evolved. We have sophisticated blends, artisan cafes, and fancy machines that promise to recreate the taste in seconds. Yet, the heart of the experience remains untouched. You cannot rush a perfect cup of chai. The secret, as any grandmother in India will tell you, is in the patience. It is in the way you wait for the milk to rise, the way you stir the spices until the aroma fills the room. It is not about the caffeine, it is about the intention. When you brew it with care, you are not just making a drink. You are crafting a moment of peace. And in our busy lives, that peace is the most luxurious gift we can give ourselves. So, what does your daily cup mean to you? Is it a habit or a healing ritual? Let the warmth remind you that you have the power to slow down. Breathe in and just be. So, what have we learned? That chai is so much more than leaves and water. It is a bridge between the ancient and the modern. A quiet defiance against a world that demands we move too fast. In every cup, we find the story of a nation, of struggle, of adaptation, and of love. It reminds us that even in the chaos of life, we always have the choice to slow down, to find a moment of peace, to savor the small, beautiful things. As you close this video, I hope you carry that warmth with you throughout your day. Thank you for letting Slow English Story be a part of your quiet moments today. If this story brought a bit of warmth to your afternoon, please share it with someone you cherish. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications. Join us again as we continue to unfold the extraordinary tales hidden in the ordinary things around us. I am your host, and until our next story, keep brewing your own peace.